churchboard. We know they were speeding and got killed not long before they crossed the Mexican border. A mosquito buzzed by Hope's ear. The comforting rattle of the cicadas filled the evening air. Everything seemed so normal, but nothing would ever be normal again. Mrs. Blackthorne continued, "We're here to find a solution to the problems we've created by trusting too much. How are we going to replace our minister when we've already held a fundraiser for a new classroom building, and the money's gone?"
"I can't believe it. I still can't believe it," Mr. Oberlin said, "that they could have fooled us so completely. They were good people."
"Yes, they were," Hope whispered. "They were." Pepper looked up at her sister. In a low voice, so unlike the exuberant Pepper, she asked, "Why are they so mean?" "Shh," Hope warned. She didn't want to call the attention of the church board to them. She needed to hear what was being said. "What are we going to do with their brats?" Mrs. Cunningham sounded spiteful. "That 8-year-old is not an attractive girl." At last, Gabriel swung around and faced them. He was always Pepper's champion, and now he held out his arms. Pepper ran to him, and as she hugged him, he looked at Hope. Even in the dim light coming out the door, Hope could see that his green eyes were dull, his dark hair limp, and the bleakness of his expression tore at her heart. "Hope's such a dreadful show-off, on the volleyball team and on the honor roll, and always bragging about taking first place in the band competition." Mrs. Cunningham's 16-year-old daughter, Melissa, was never quite as good as Hope in anything she did. But Mrs. Cunningham had never complained before. Not when Hope's father was the minister. Hope strained to hear someone, anyone, defend her. Instead, there was a dreadful silence. That horrid voice spoke up again. "The foster boy can go back into an orphanage or wherever they put those children." Hope started. Gabriel had warned her. He'd said that was what they would do, but she hadn't believed him. Now she stared at her brother, at the boy who had 3 years ago joined their family so reluctantly and only recently decided in his heart that he was one of them. How could this be happening? "I never approved of the Prescotts taking him in. You never know what kind of parents he had. Drug addicts, probably." Mrs. Cunningham sighed. "I suppose the baby's no problem. Someone will always adopt a baby girl." Hope listened hard, waiting for someone to say they were going to make sure the family stayed together, to offer to shelter her and her 2 sisters and her foster brother. Instead, these wealthy people, these people who had pretended to be her parents' friends, said nothing. Nothing at all. Her arms started shaking. She started shaking. Standing, she carefully laid Caitlin on the chaise lounge. Gabriel stepped forward.
"Hope, no. It won't do any good."
"I have to. Don't you see? I have to." Hope scrabbled to wrench open the screen door. She barged into the living room. All of those adults, those hypocrites, faced her, eyes fixed and round with shock, jaws slack. She faced them. Mrs. Blackthorne, razor-thin and the nearest thing to an aristocrat this small town had, Dr. Cunningham, the kindly country doctor who never looked anyone in the eyes. Mrs. Cunningham, pleasingly plump they called her. Mr. Oberlin, the youngest member of the board, always so genial, and his wife, Mrs. Oberlin, tall and round-shouldered, looking at the world through frightened eyes. All of them cruel beyond belief. How can you? How can you? Mrs. Oberlin, my mama sat with you while you were in labor. Dr. Cunningham, my daddy was helping Melissa look at colleges." A breath shuddered from Hope. "My daddy and mama were good people. They didn't steal anything. They would never steal anything." For the first time since the funeral, a low keening broke from her. She bent double, trying to contain the grief, and swiped at the tears on her cheeks.